Good fucking morning, everybody. And it is the fucking morning here in the meth end of town. It's 5 a.m. I think on the dot. I had a typical, well, not typical, but more than average dirty pat wash night of sleep. I think I fell asleep about 1, up at 3, rolling around in bed till now. Now I'm up. But today's a special day, you see, because usually I wake up. By the way, I got this shirt at the food bank yesterday. It's a polo. I love polo shirts, you know. I wear them all the time. I think this one fits really good. I think it's a nice brand, too. I think it's Tommy Hilfiger. Go figure. Tommy Hilfiger at the food bank. What you gonna do? But yeah, anyway, today's a special day because your old pal Dirty here, he takes a lot of drugs for various elements I have concerning anxiety, pain, stuff like that. And so usually I wake up at about 3 in the morning, hence waking up at 3 in the morning. And just because I worked nights for so long, this is a weird habit I have. I wake up at 3 in the morning, pop a bunch of pills, and then go back to sleep until whatever, 7 or 8, you know, these days, it seems. I'm not unused to being up at this time of day. This is quite normal for me. But whatever. And so anyhow, today's the day I pick up my drugs. So that means when I wake up at 3 o'clock this morning, my body's asking me for all this medication because I usually have it, but I don't have it because today's the day I pick up my drugs and the pharmacy doesn't open until 8. So I'm sitting here a little bit rattled. And what makes it worse is I don't have a dip. Now, luckily, I've been saving for this specific occasion my last snooze pouch. And it's a little old and dry, and it's not really, it's about, you know, if I was packing one, I'd pack about fucking twice that much, 3 times that much at least, you know what I mean? Big fucking hammer, lip hammer, you know what I mean? But, it's got to do for now, you know. I got my other stuff too. It's funny, the drugs. I'm going to talk about drugs this morning. Cheers. They say you're supposed to take these snooze pouches, stick them in your upper lip, upper decker, and that way you don't get as much spit. And you can swallow the spit with these ones. I prefer to pack it down where I dip in my pocket, you know. You know what I mean? It's because it feels better. It feels like I got something in my lip. But drugs are fucking weird. Nicotine, okay. I've been using a lot of nicotine lately. I've been a chronic on and off nicotine user since I was 11. Okay, started smoking at 11, started snuffing at 14. Never, you know, I quit smoking cigarettes when I was 24 to be a better harmonica player, you know. And I had one brief relapse when I quit drinking. I smoked for a couple of months, but that was because I quit drinking. See, I tend to use nicotine when I'm under stress. It seems to creep into my life and help me out. Because, I don't know, there's something about the way it works. Like, initially when you start getting habituated to nicotine, it's kind of nauseous. Like, you feel kind of nauseous. But there's something about it that makes you keep coming back, you know? And I don't know what it is. I think it, like, changes some chemical thing in your brain and makes you feel more stable or level or happy or something. Like, I've been having a lot of problems lately with feeling unstable and unhappy. And You know, it just kind of brings you up, you know, like, you know, usually I would smoke a lot of pot, you know, throw that out there, you know, it's going to get worse. Smoke a lot of weed because that kind of does the same thing. It levels me out, fixes my anxiety, helps my pain. If I could just smoke weed, man, I'd try to get off all my prescriptions. You know what I mean? It's straight up bullshit time, man. Being on fucking 12 pills a day. But whatever. Anyhow, I've been using nicotine a lot lately because I've been under a lot of like emotional stress and things like that. So I think that's why I've gotten habituated to dipping again. But you know, it's something that's kind of been with me since I was 14. I'm 47 now, you know, and you know, like in the early 2000s, I snuffed. I was like doing the nasal snuff, like fucking a can a day, man. Like, you know, and that's a lot for that shit, you know. Before that, I snuffed Skoal, Copenhagen, dip for 5 years, I think. You know, in the 90s, like throughout most of the 90s, did some dipping. Didn't do it a lot, but you know, dip was cheap. It was fucking $4 a can. There's plenty of kinds, lots of different types to try. You know, a lot of kinds that they don't make now that I wish they did make now. You know, so it was interesting. You know, and it's way better than smoking. You know, and then you know I go periods of time where I don't do that shit at all, and don't smoke, don't snuff, whatever. But when it creeps into your life, I don't know, it creeps into your life. You know, I can't smoke a lot of weed right now because it's more expensive for me. But yeah, you know, like I drank like a fish for fucking years. Like I don't even know. I know I first started when I was young, like a young, like I had my first belt of scotch when I was about 11. You know, and but when I started drinking, man, I started drinking, like, and I didn't stop drinking for about 15 years. And I quit when I was 31, and because my liver blew up, and I had to go to the hospital. And they basically told me, you gotta quit drinking or you're gonna die. So I quit drinking, you know. And that was a pretty crazy time. And you know, then I had a few years of being drug free, kind of smoked a bit of weed. Didn't really do much other than snuff. And then I started having chronic pains with my back, and got prescribed Dilaudid, just like a morphine on steroids. That was about 13 years ago, I guess now. And yeah, ever since then, I've been you know, I've had two really what I would call bad habits with that drug that I've had to like kick and lock myself up and kick. You know what I mean? Like that scene in Train Spotting, where he kicks the heroin. You know, and that makes it look easy. That scene, man, it's a hard fucking gig. Oh, it's juicing up enough to spit. It's nice. I don't like swallowing this shit. But yeah, so I've done a lot of fucking, you know, opiates. Or I never fucking shoot them. You know, fuck that shit. But I've done a lot of opiates. You know, for the last 13 years. You know, for 15 years before that, I was a fucking chronic alcoholic. Smoked a fucking ton of weed the whole way through, basically. You know, I've been snuffing since I was 14. I smoked from when I was 11 till I was 24. Like, you know, and then I've done a lot of other drugs too. A lot of acid, a lot of mushrooms, a lot of shit, other shit. Tried crystal meth once. Tried PCP once. Didn't like either of them. I like to go down. I don't know. I did a lot of cocaine though. I gotta say, I did a lot of cocaine. I was drinking. But yeah, so I've had a long history with drugs and alcohol. And, you know, everything they tell you, everything you learn, it's true. You know, where do the little boys go who never comb their hair? You can find them sleeping like a baby on the nickel over there. You know what I mean? It's all true. You know, drinking's ruined friendships of mine. My opiate use has like destroyed my marriage, basically. You know, but you gotta like, I don't know. I take these prescriptions because I'm off work because I'm sick, man. Like, you know what I mean? I got issues. I got degenerating discs, muscle spasms. I got irritable bowel problems in a couple different forms I've been diagnosed with. I've been diagnosed with anxiety. You know, I rarely sleep. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Anyway, that's why I'm up making this video. It's talking about drugs. I'm not trying to cry about it. It's just life, right? It's the way it goes. I have no regrets. I live a full, rich existence, even though I'm broke and sick and fucking up at 3 in the morning because my body needs drugs and I gotta wait for the drugstore to open at 8. But it's all good because I still get to do shit like this and fucking, you know, wear nice clothes, stuff like that. It's all good. Life is a beautiful thing, you know. I ain't crying, that's for sure. I ain't crying. But, yeah, I don't know. I put up a real trashy version of an old Lou Reed song I was thinking about last night. I don't know. No one's listened to it, but maybe someone listened to it. You know. I sent off a bunch of my recordings, my really trashed out recordings to my album label, Mirkwood Recordings, yesterday in hopes of, I want to make this little EP, this concept EP. You'll know if it comes out, but yeah, it's gonna have a niche audience, I think, but I think it's gonna have an audience for sure. But anyhow, I do ramble. I'm on the air in in less than 12 hours now, but I'll be up at the radio all day. I'll probably do a vlog from there at some point. And you can hear my show, Warehouse of Strangers Radio, on CFFF FM 92.7 in Peterborough, Ontario, Trent Radio. You can stream it. Just look up trentradio.ca. And if you ever want to hear my back catalog of music, all the records I made before, all the shit you hear me do here on YouTube, or some of them, most of them anyway, look up radiofreepeterborough.ca, and that'll link you to where you need to go for that. You get pretty much all my old 20-year-old albums. They're all on there if you want to hear them. But yeah, until then, this video is going to be timing out any second. So I hope you can all stay free and be well and have a good morning. I'm hoping time goes quick so I can get my fucking pharmaceuticals and be a happy man again. And I'll see you all later on in the meth end of town. Be well. Stay free.